All right, class, happy Tuesday. In your packet should be a foldable. Now, some of your foldables aren't coming back looking so sharp. Watch carefully how we do this. First of all, fold your foldable left to right, right in half. Line up this side, and then crease this side. Open it back up, and I'll take it and turn it so that you're folding it the other way, top to bottom. Line up this side, and then fold it on this side. Now what that really did is it really just made you an X, marks the spot, or it identified the exact middle of the page. There it is. Now you're going to take your outside corners and you're going to bring it to that exact spot. Now it should line up the sides along this line here. Some of you guys are doing a fantastic job. Some of our foldables aren't quite looking so square. Alright, bring the second one in. And the third one. We folded a bunch of triangles, and when we're done folding all those triangles, we should have a smaller square sheet of paper. It should be a square sheet of paper. So now I got my foldable all ready for today's lessons. Today we're going to take 3 of our 4 objectives, and tomorrow we'll take the last one. For full credit on the foldable, you have to do all 4 and then turn it in. So it will start in your Tuesday folder, it'll end in your Wednesday folder, unless of course you use it for your test, which is a great idea because it's got all your definitions on it. Okay, flip it over on the back side so that you can get some credit for this. You put your name. Now, I believe that this is what I call a gimme grade. This is worth an A plus, 10 points. All you gotta do is watch the video and do it. Let's get started. I'm on page 212. Our first foldable will be the Comprehension Strategy Reread. And I'm going to put the page number up here, 212, and I'm going to put that this is my Comprehension Strategy. Each week we want to do a better job comprehending what we read. And they give us all these different strategies like predicting and rereading and visualizing, and today it's reread. So what is rereading? When you read an informational text, a biography is an informational text, you will often come across new facts and ideas that you would like to remember. As you read words of change, stop and reread key sections to help you understand and remember the information. Okay? So I'm going to put here informational text. Reread key sections. And what does reread mean? To read again. We're looking for facts and new ideas. I put stars and arrows and boxes. You don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want so that you can help. What am I doing? I'm reading it again. Why am I reading it again? Because I'm trying to remember the key facts and the main ideas. You might not be sure how the Seneca Falls Convention came about. Reread page 210 of the Words of Change to find out. And here it is. When I reread, I learned that Elizabeth and Lucretia organized this important event. From this text evidence, I can infer that Elizabeth and Lucretia were determined women who got things done. I reread that section because I wasn't really sure exactly how that Seneca Falls came about. Okay, guys, we're not going to do any assignment on that one. That one we'll continue to work on this week as we look at different sections, reread. I do this all the time with Christ-like. I listen to the story, and then I read the section, and then I go to my worksheet. I'm like, oh, I'm not quite sure exactly what he was asking for, and I go back and I reread sections to find the answers. Same with science, same with social studies. Okay, author's point of view is my second foldable, so I'm going to turn this sideways here now. Author's point of view. And this is my comprehension skill. This comes from page 213. The author's point of view is his or her position or attitude about the topic or the section. Looking closely at the reasons and evidence presented in the text will help you figure out how the author feels about a topic. All right, so I'm going to use that first sentence as my definition here. The author's point of view is his or her position or attitude about the topic. What do you think Susan B. Anthony's attitude about women's rights was? Okay, she was pretty passionate about it. Okay? So where are we going to find this? Look for evidence presented in the text. And then I'll put one more here so that I can remember how the author feels or thinks. How the author feels or thinks. When I reread page 210 of The Words of Change, I can look for details that show how the author feels about Elizabeth Cady Stanton and her fight for women's rights. Now, out of your packet, you got to find your assignment for today. It's page 132. It's got the boxes on it. I believe it's the third or fourth reading section in a row that we've done the author's point of view. I'm going to start with my name on the top. They give us a couple here, and I think they're really good. I'm going to use those ones today. It says, detail, Elizabeth thought the laws were cruel and unjust to women. So there's my first detail. The laws were cruel and unjust. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how the author thinks that Elizabeth feels about this topic. 2, Elizabeth wrote this big thing. It was pretty awesome. Elizabeth's Declaration, not of Independence, Declaration of Rights. And notice they're capitalized because this is a specific document. Declared that women should have the right to vote. Now we got to find a third one. And we're going back to page 210 here in our text. We've got to find some more text evidence. So we had this first one here, the Declaration of, the first one was up here, the second one was right here, sentiments modeled after the Declaration of Independence. It say that women should be able to vote and have the same rights as men. She presented this document in 1848 at the first Women's Right Convention in Seneca Falls, New York. Elizabeth and her friend Lucretia Mott organized this important event, and in her address at the convention, Elizabeth said, and then here's what she said. So Elizabeth organized women's rights convention she also spoke at the convention. So first of all, she thought that this was not a good thing, so then she wrote this declaration, and then she presented it. And so what's the author's point of view about Elizabeth Stanton here? The author's point of view would be she was very passionate about women getting the right to vote. Elizabeth is very passionate about women getting the right to vote. Boy, great job, guys. If you knock that one out, you got half of our lesson for today is complete. We're going to pick up the second half in the next video.